What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Scent Bubble. I am your host for the evening. Listen, today we were talking about a fragrance that honestly I never thought I'd be reviewing, let alone having in my collection. But since the TikTok shop is going absolutely crazy, I stole this fragrance literally for the greatest bargain of all time. And now that I have it in my collection, I'm glad I did because it is inspired by a fragrance that I'm not the biggest fan of, but I think this variation, slight twist of this fragrance is actually the better fragrance. We're going to talk about it. Grab your drinks, popcorn, and buckle up. All right, guys, welcome to the Scent Bubble, where we talk about my journey through fragrance and I try to equip you guys out there in the interwebs with everything I know in my experience with my collection and every bit of resource and knowledge that I've gathered, not only about my collection, but the world of fragrance, the resources that are available to us, and just share my passion with you guys. This is a lot like a podcast type of format. I envision people who watch my fragrance show throwing me on the phone, hooking me up to the car, driving to work, running errands, or just having some late night enjoyment of some fragrance content to figure out which fragrance you're going to scoop up next. This fragrance is inspired by a Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance, and this is from the House of Offnon yet again, and this is 9 p.m. I like this bottle. Oh, we had a camera breakup real early in the episode, but we're going to keep rocking with it. I love this bottle. As you can see, it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet, but I don't care. It looks good on the shelf. Nice, tall bottle comparatively to my hand. Fills my whole hand. I got massive hands. So this fragrance, I got to be honest with you guys. I'm glad I got it. I wouldn't have got it if I didn't get a steal for it. But I picked this up off of the TikTok shop, and I think I might have got it for 17 bucks. For those of you who have seen the price of this fragrance, that is nothing short of an absolute miracle. Get your guys' butts on TikTok. If it's your first time buying something on there, you get 45% off, and you could have this fragrance too for under 20 bucks. But yeah, man, I really like this fragrance. Let's sweep through an episode. I always say the episode's going to be quick. Let's see if I can actually keep my word this time. So again, this is cloning Jean-Paul Gaultier. I don't know if it's Le Beau or Elixir or anything like that. I could look it up for you guys, but honestly, I don't care. Because I don't really care for JPG fragrances. I'm an older man. I don't like super sweet, coconutty, vanilla, tropical. It's just not my cup of tea anymore, guys. It's not that I don't like those notes. It's that the Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrances, I feel, overdo it. You know, it's a young man's fragrance, in my opinion, where you just want to smell like a bag of fruit. You know what I'm saying? A bag of vanilla-y tropical fruit. And that's cool. You know what I mean? You want to rock that vibe? Dope. I don't live on a tropical island. You know what I'm saying? I don't live near a beach. Me walking around Arizona in my business, my place of business, or rolling around in the whip running errands, you know, at my age, if a woman walks by me and I'm smelling like a tropical, you know, vanilla-y, coconutty experience, you know, I'm married, so it doesn't even matter. But you know what I'm saying? Like, just walking down that frame of mind for a second. You know, older women don't like smelling super sweet, sugary males, man. Some of them do. You know, I'm not the lord of fragrance, but most of them don't. They like sophistication. They like layering. Fruit can be a component of a fragrance, but typically the amount of power and sweetness that's in the JPG fragrance line is just not for me. Now, this fragrance, however, I do find to be the limit of how sweet I will go with a fragrance. But initial thoughts on this is that it has a freshness to it. It is almost sugary sweet, but not quite. It feels more along the veins of, like, I don't want to say coconut, maybe like a florally vanilla. The vanilla composition is unique though, because I feel like there's some other sweet element to it that's giving it like a vanilla-y type of feel. It's warm. It's got amber. But yeah, I think it's mostly like vanilla floral. and maybe some other fruits up top, but they're super light. There's no one dominant fruit that stands out in the middle. What stands out as dominant is vanilla, amber, and white florals to me. We're going to see in a minute. But this is nice, man. Let's go ahead and see Fragrantica for a second. Sorry, guys, it's late at night. I'm a little bit tired, so I got to follow my rubric or else I'm going to pass out or forget where I'm at, like the Joe Biden debate tonight. That was crazy. But let's check this out. We've got apple, cinnamon, lavender, bergamot up top. Okay, so a fair amount of citrus, floral, cinnamon, apple. I maybe get a tinge of apple, no cinnamon. I do get the lavender, citrus, bergamot, citrus, no. Orange blossom, that's what I'm smelling. I'm smelling that orange blossom lily of the valley. Man, the heart of this is strong, man. I would almost venture to say this is 60-40 with like a 40% vanilla, 60% floral between the lavender blossom and lily of the valley and the apple. Apple's maybe only 5%. But there we go. The vanilla, tonka bean, amber, patchouli. So let's put it like this, guys. Let's call it 60-40. Okay, ignore everything else but what I'm about to say. Let's call it 60-40 with 60% being vanilla, tonka bean, and amber in such a light, crisp, but very pungent presence. And that is wrapped up in florals via orange blossom, lily, lavender, slight bit of apple. The tiniest bit of apple. It's 40% floral, and I've already hit 100%, but I don't care. Maybe the 10% composition is like a little apple bergamot vibe. But this is just so smooth. Such a good blend. This is one of those fragrances where you can't make out enough distinct notes. You can make out the vanilla, tonka bean, amber very distinctly, but after that, it is a medley of white florals with a touch of some fruits on the top. And even that cinnamon might be contributing to the sweetness, but I don't smell cinnamon. Such a delightful fragrance. Very smooth, guys. Projection and longevity. Similar to Club de Nuit Intense, man. This thing projects, and it is longevity in a nutshell. Sprayed in the morning. Anything north of 6 sprays, it's going to be on the close. 12 plus hours on the fragrance. Sillage Scent Trail is in the same category as Club de Nuit Intense. It is a very smooth blend, though. It's not so pungent that I find it to be irritating. Not at all. If this filled a room, I think the room would be happier there. Again, it's playful. I think use cases for this can literally be everything except suit and tie and funeral. Yeah, it leans dominantly playful, but I think it's ageless. I think if you're an older man, you're going to do less sprays. If you're an older man, you're going to sit around 4 to 6. If you're a younger man under 25, I think you considerably rock 6 plus sprays on this fragrance. With this note profile, it is not about rocking this fragrance for maximum longevity. It is about controlling your projection. And the way that you do that with a fragrance is either by spraying on clothes instead of skin, or limiting your sprays on skin so that when the air brushes through your body, it's projecting with a certain level of light, airy crispness. Some fragrances are so light that you want them to project more, and so you put them at every pulse point and every position on the body so that they get the maximum chance to interact with each other and project. But this is not a fragrance like that. Again, ageless. The price on this bottle, I'm going to look it up for you guys on Amazon real quick. On Amazon, this fragrance goes for 30 to 40 bucks. So definitely go on either fragrancebuy.ca, or I would recommend you guys roll the dice and head over to the TikTok shop, because if it's your first time, you're going to get a 45% off coupon off any purchase you have as a first-time user on the TikTok shop. So you could easily scoop this up for $15 to $20, which is an absolute steal. Or you can... Off and on 9 p.m. is one of the fragrances on TikTok right now most talked about, because there are so many sellers selling this for under $25 with free shipping. That's the key. You want to look for which sellers are selling this with free shipping. That way, when you use your coupons and your introductory coupons, or your discounted coupons, you will be able to start at the $25 mark and discount from there, or start at the 20. Again, this off non, matter of fact, let me check for sure how much I paid for this. Did I delete the coupon? So I paid $16 for this fragrance on TikTok. Go on TikTok right now and scoop up this fragrance. If you have that 45% off coupon, you might even scoop this fragrance for freaking $12 like I did with Tarathi Blue. Absolute insanity. Again, ml, 100 ml, big bottle. This will last you your whole lifetime. Unless you don't have a lot of fragrances, I can imagine people using the trigger finger heavy on this. Final thoughts about anything in this category. I think if you want a Jean Paul Gaultier type fragrance, guys, you buy this and you pretty much have everything that you need. I really don't understand the need to get all the Les Beaux and Elixir and all that. I've smelled them all, guys. Even if you love that DNA, I don't understand why you would spend that much money to get that DNA slightly twisted different ways with the various deals. If you're just somebody who likes Jean-Paul Gaultier, but you just are fine with that DNA with a slight twist or whatever, this right here encompasses all of that DNA to me. Now that I have this DNA, I'm not going over to Zanzibar. I'm not getting Les Beaux. I'm not getting Elixir, Le Male, whatever. I'm not doing any of that. This is such a smooth, beautiful, projective monster with a ton of versatility. The perfumery and blend of this is absolutely out of this world. And I think it takes all of the beauty of JPG fragrances and has masterfully made it more commercial to the person who doesn't like that type of DNA to be able to rock this, because it's slightly less pungent, but fully encompasses all of the beauty in the fruit, vanilla-y warmth. It's not coconutty, but it definitely feels tropical, and I think that's due to the cinnamon, apple, bergamot up top, and most importantly, the florals. A lot of people, when they talk tropics, talk about freaking coconuts and fruits. Well, what about the fact that when you go to the tropics, what do you get more than fruits? Florals. You get exotic flowers all over the place. The fact that it has lavender, lily of the valley, I think jasmine maybe, that is what makes it tropical. You mix a little bit of fruit in that. I think truly tropical fragrances are mostly floral with a good composition of fruit medley in them, not the other way around. A fragrance to me should never be super fruit medley dominant with a touch of florals. That's not really tropical. That's just fruity with a slight bit of tropical in it. Anyways, cop this fragrance, guys. You'll get a lot of use case out of it. I really appreciate you guys contributing to the conversation of fragrance. Please, before you go, if you found this video to be valuable, turn on your notifications, because you'll get notified at 6 a.m. sharp every day with a new episode that you guys can drive, work out, or chill to. And I'm enlightening you guys on fragrances that some you may have never heard of, even just new ideas about rock and fragrance and stuff like that. And I'm also giving out fragrance, guys. I got a ton of fragrances that I'm looking to give out. And let me show you guys this real quick before I sign off. This right here is just one of the drawers that I have full of 5 and 10 ml decants. I'm giving out fragrances from my collection to my subscribers. I'm telling guys, yo, what do you want? What's something off my collection that you want to try? Okay, bet. We're getting you a 5 ml right now. Now, if y'all are overseas, I'm still working that out to see if I can run a deal with a shipping house to see if I can still keep my costs down on the shipping side of things. But if you're in the United States or Canada, guys, without question, I'm sending stuff out. And I'll let you guys know when. We filled up on the last one, but as soon as I start cranking out a few more episodes and have a little bit more time, I'm even going to show you guys how to decant your fragrances super cheap, super easily. For less than $5 or $10, you can acquire a massive amount of fragrances that you can decant for yourself, or start trading fragrances with your homies. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Thanks for rocking with the Scent Bubble. Have a blessed night.